Roger Connors, Change the Culture, Change the Game. The breakthrough strategy for energizing your organization and creating accountability for results. In the book, Change the Culture, Change the Game, Roger Connors explores the impact of organizational culture on a company's success, and introduces the concept of the results pyramid. It outlines how leaders can nurture a culture that fosters accountability and generates results. The summary delves into the 3 key components of the results pyramid: experiences, beliefs, and actions, and their interplay in driving organizational outcomes. By understanding and utilizing this framework, leaders can effectively transform their company's culture and align it with its goals, ultimately leading to success.
Shaping company culture. A company's culture is established by the experiences created for employees, and not all organizational cultures are healthy. To build a beneficial culture, leaders should first define their goals and set a strategy to achieve them. Understanding the results pyramid, made up of experiences, beliefs, and actions, can guide organizations toward success. By focusing on creating the right experiences, companies can foster desired beliefs, prompt effective actions, and ultimately achieve their target results. Positive organizational transformations can occur rapidly when applying the results pyramid approach, turning around struggling companies and improving their overall performance. Managers actively shape a company's culture through the experiences they provide for employees. This, in turn, solidifies how things are done within the organization. However, not every company culture is healthy, and some can be more harmful than helpful. To create a culture that benefits the entire organization, leaders must define their goals and develop a strategy to achieve them. For instance, General Motors' 2009 strategy: make decisions, take risks, move fast, be accountable, effectively revitalized its culture and financial health. The results pyramid is a crucial concept when shaping an organization's culture. It consists of 3 components: experiences, beliefs, and actions. These elements, stacked upon each other, contribute to the overall achievements of the organization. Experiences promote beliefs, beliefs affect actions, and actions generate results. Companies like Alaris Medical Systems turned their reputation around by implementing the results pyramid approach. By focusing on creating the right experiences, they cultivated desired beliefs, encouraged effective actions, and achieved target results, all within 6 months. This approach demonstrates that companies can rapidly transform their culture and performance when guided by the results pyramid framework. Embracing accountability in organizations. To create a strong organizational culture, companies must foster a culture of accountability through actions that promote responsibility in actively solving problems. By acting above the line, employees are encouraged to understand different viewpoints, own the organization's goals, problem solve, and be reliable. This positive attitude towards accountability should not be treated as a punishment, but as an empowering process that contributes to a company's success. In order to establish a robust organizational culture, it is crucial to adopt an attitude of accountability, a principle that sets great companies apart from the rest. This accountability is cultivated by every action employees take and can be achieved by striving to act above the line. Acting above the line involves a 4-step process that encourages accountability. First, employees must see it by genuinely considering other perspectives, openly and honestly communicating, exchanging feedback, and being open to hard truths. This recognition of reality is the foundation for accountability. Next, employees must own it by embracing the goals and priorities of the organization as their own. This vested interest in the company's mission enables them to actively seeking solutions. By asking what more can be done, employees can take steps to achieve the desired results. The third step is to do it by consistently delivering on tasks, concentrating on priorities, and establishing oneself as reliable and trustworthy. Carrying out commitments solidifies the sense of responsibility and promotes the culture of accountability. When every member of an organization commits to these steps, a culture of accountability thrives. In contrast, below-the-line actions hinder this goal. These behaviors include refusal to accept responsibility, engaging in blame games, and employees assuming a victim mentality. Naturally, below-the-line actions can occur, but consistently staying in that state undermines accountability. Instead, accountability should be empowering, not perceived as punishment or failure. When embraced, it transforms employees into proactive problem solvers, contributing to the organization's overall success. Shifting culture for lasting results. In a rapidly evolving world, businesses must be proactive in implementing culture change without taking shortcuts. Leaders should focus on altering employees' experiences and beliefs, rather than just their actions. This process differs for each organization, taking on a transitional nature rather than an instant transformation. To achieve long-lasting change and improved results, companies need to foster new thinking and actions among employees that will solidify their commitment and engagement in the workplace. As demonstrated by a successful retail example, adjusting the company culture can produce desirable results and positive business outcomes. In our fast-paced world, promptly implementing culture changes in businesses is of the utmost importance. However, shortcuts should never be taken. Many leaders attempt to modify employee behaviors to achieve desired results, without addressing the underlying thoughts and beliefs. This overlooks the critical components of experiences and beliefs at the base of the results pyramid. Instead, to attain lasting change and improved results, companies must nurture new experiences and beliefs among their employees. This fosters fresh thinking and actions, which in turn, solidifies employee commitment and engagement. The pace and scale of this change will vary for each organization, as it is a transition rather than a sudden transformation. This approach has proven effective in real-world scenarios. An optical retailer testing a new organizational culture saw a 5% business improvement within 2 months, ultimately leading to company-wide adoption. Thus, shifting culture by altering experiences and beliefs can pave the way for sustained success in today's competitive environment. Achieving organizational alignment. Organizational alignment is the synchronization of beliefs and actions, focusing on a clear, common goal. This powerful force reduces stress, streamlines decision-making, and accelerates processes, ultimately driving effective cultural change. Confusion about goals can stunt change progress, as people may not know where to direct their efforts. A case in point is the fast food chain Fast Grill, where management's misalignment on profit margin goals led to poor execution and slow transformation. It's important to remember that alignment is not an isolated event, but a continuous process that requires constant attention and effort. Mastering cultural change leadership. To effectively steer cultural change in an organization, leaders should hone 3 crucial skills: leading, responding, and facilitating change. By taking charge of the transformation, addressing criticism constructively, and promoting a collaborative environment, leaders are better equipped to accelerate the process and ensure the success of their organization's evolution. As a leader, successfully navigating your organization from one culture to another, C1 to C2, requires mastering the following key skills. First, take charge of the change yourself, instead of delegating the responsibility to another department. Stay informed of all aspects related to the transformation, from beginning to end. Second, anticipate criticism during the change process and be ready to address it constructively. Respond to feedback using 5 steps: identify shared beliefs, communicate these beliefs, convey the desired experience for your employees, request feedback on the planned experience, and actively involve employees in providing feedback throughout the implementation. Lastly, fostering an open, collaborative environment is crucial. Encourage dialogue, teamwork, and collaboration among team members to facilitate meaningful discussions about the cultural shift. For example, when Sony VAIO aimed to boost repair-related customer satisfaction by 15%, Stephen Nicol, VAIO Service Vice President, stimulated a culture of dialogue, leading to the organization ultimately surpassing its goal. Sustaining culture change. Sustaining culture change is vital for any organization seeking continuous improvement, and implementing the change is as important as planning for it. By following 3 simple steps, listing all meetings, policies, and procedures, identifying where to integrate culture change, and applying those changes, one can progressively shift deeply rooted organizational norms. A prime example is Eastside Health Plans, which achieved a $200 million cost saving after evaluating and integrating culture changes into their organizational systems through cross-functional teams. When culture change is seamlessly integrated, it becomes an enjoyable part of employees' work life, resulting in increased engagement, motivation, and overall job satisfaction.
To achieve sustainable success and a healthy work environment, leaders must strive to create and maintain a culture of accountability. The results pyramid, consisting of experiences, beliefs, and actions, offers valuable insights into the components that shape organizational culture. Emphasizing above-the-line actions and promoting honest communication, ownership, problem-solving, and reliability can foster a strong culture of accountability. Ensuring clarity and alignment of goals and adopting a facilitative leadership style can further bolster the change process. By effectively integrating these practices into daily operations, organizations can experience meaningful and lasting cultural transformation, ultimately contributing to their success.